Bradshaw Law, LLC. We here at AAT love our good friend Denise Bradshaw, and many of you in our community do as well. Let me read you this comment that I was able to find sharing their appreciation for Denise Bradshaw and her whole team. This person says, Bradshaw Law was the office that helped me through my accident. Most importantly, they gave me the mental support I needed. When your life changes, mental support is just as important as almost anything else. Denise and her staff worked endlessly for me and always made me feel loved and completely cared about. To this day, they still take care of me. I made a friendship out of such a bad situation. My heart goes to this office. Again, that's Denise Bradshaw at Bradshaw Law, LLC, 775-738-7444. This is a paid advertisement for Kristen Hill for District Court Judge, Department 1. We here in the Elko community love our local law enforcement officers. They protect and serve us all so well every single day. But do you know who 4 of our local law enforcement agencies support this election season? Kristen Hill for District Court Judge, Department 1. Yes, that's right. Our brave local heroes have endorsed Kristen Hill for District Court Judge because they believe she's the right person to bring fairness and justice to our community and court system. Vote Kristen Hill for District Court Judge, Department 1 this November. Again, this has been a paid advertisement from Kristen Hill for District Court Judge, Department 1. Angela Sandoval and Beth Meza are 2 fantastic local realtors who give a 200% effort to making sure that all of your housing needs are taken care of. But honestly, the reason why we love them so much here at AAT is because they're so much more than just your day-to-day average realtor, you know? Part of what makes them so fantastic is that they are so community-centric. Case in point, we've been talking the last couple of weeks about the food drive they were hosting for fish. They had this food drive on the first Saturday of October, and they're just looking to give back. Well, now that that event has concluded, I can let you guys know that it was a 100% success. Angela and Beth raised 311 pounds. Yes, 311 pounds of food for fish through that food drive. So obviously, they want to say a big thank you to everybody who donated. They love the community. They love partnering with you all. But we here at AAT just want to say a big thank you to Beth and Angela for spearheading such a successful event. Obviously, that's going to go to help a lot of people. So if having a couple of pros like this through your house buying process sounds like a good idea, and hint, it is, then what you're going to want to do is give them a call. You can call Beth at 775-934-2570 or Angela at 775-397-6503. And whether you call them today or tomorrow, just keep in mind their famous catchphrase, teamwork makes the dream work. And greetings and salutations, everybody. Welcome to another rendition of the Anthony Around Town Show, the best darn talk show in Elko, Nevada. I'm one of your hosts, Anthony Crosby. You can see the other one a little bit off camera. We'll cut to him in just a second. But just want to first just say thank you so much for hanging out with us yet again on a Monday night. Last week, we didn't do this because I was sick. And not the sick that everybody's getting crazy about. No, I'm good. It was just a common, what happens to me is every time the weather changes, you don't have to lean, unless you're trying to be cool. Every time the weather changes, especially summer to fall, it just messes me up. And of course, we just kind of transitioned into fall. And so that knocked me down for a while. And so I just had to call Matthew or text him and be like, dude, I need the night. And he was like, that's all good. And then a week later, here we are back with you all again. You guys got to hear from some of our awesome sponsors. We love all of them very, very much, but we got a couple of more we want to give some love to because these are the local businesses that help make AAT possible. The next one we're going to jump into is the one we're currently at right now, 1430 Stitzel Road, Suite A. That is where you can find NV Off-Road, the go-to place for everything power sports vehicle related. Now, they don't actually sell the toys here, but this is if you have something lying around your garage, your backyard, that little patch of dirt that kind of goes from the road to your backyard. It's just chilling there. You guys know what I'm talking about. NV Off-Road is the place you're going to want to bring that bad boy if it just needs a little TLC. So if you're revving up for snowmobile season, it's nice weather, a lot of people going out hunting and four-wheeling and side-by-side, all that stuff, then what you're going to want to do to make sure everything is just peak condition, you bring that down to 1430 Stitzel Road, Suite A. Let Justin and the boys take care of it, answer your questions, get your parts, everything that you need. And then, of course, let them know that your friends here at Anthony Around Town sent you. Next, got to show off our merch again. Two Bows Designs made us this little sneak peek into our merch. Actually, hold off. We're going to hold off talking a second about our merch because I got to get Matthew's opinion on something. I sent him a picture of something coming soon, and I had to have his permission. I had to have him sign off on it, so I'll let you hear from him in a second. But if you like this, you need your own merch. Maybe you have a local business that just needs some team shirts, some swag. Maybe you're a realtor and you need to get some closing gifts going to your clients, home decor, anything that you need printed and designed, just hit up Two Bows Design here on Facebook. Cassie will take care of you. That is without a shadow of a doubt. That's just guaranteed. And this last logo, I always just put up here because it could be your logo. If you have a local business, brand, or maybe we're wrapping up a campaign or something, campaign season's still going, we got like a month, and you just need to have a little help when it comes to creating awareness about whatever it is that you're all about, and then just hit us up here at AAT. We just went through, 3 + 2? We just went through 5 different awesome local businesses, and that's not even including our friends at B3 Glass and Duke's Diesel Repair. Man, we have a whole slew of A+ businesses that we work with, but we're always interested in working with more. So if you have a legit business and you want people to know about it, and you want your friends here at AAT to help spread the word, then just send me an email, anthonyaroundtown@gmail.com. That's anthonyaroundtown@gmail.com, and we will set up a meeting and we'll chat. All right, so enough of that. Let's bring over my good man, Matthew Rom. So before I forget, Matthew, we were talking about merch. Thank you. Always forget to unmute your mic. That's why you're on it. You're on it. But I'm glad you unmuted your mic because we talk about merch. I sent you a design of something. We're not going to give it away yet, but I had to have your final approval, your stamp of a go-ahead to continue on with Two Bows Designs and this merch idea. Give us a little tease of what you thought about it. Just be honest. It's fine. It's on it.
Yeah, honestly, I thought it was really cool.
Okay.
It's something that I'm trying to think of a good way to word it without giving too much away. It's wow, yeah, no, it's hard to think of a good way to word
handsome. That's how I describe
Yeah,
the design.
it's totally
very handsome. Very articulate, very smooth, very loyal. It's a very loyal and trustworthy design. That's what I'd say. So, if you need any work on Two
really cool,
Bows Designs, we got some comments coming in the live chat. Part of the reason why we do this every Monday and not just stick to our other formats like podcasts and videos and all that stuff's cool. But the live chat is really cool because we get to interact with you on a weekly basis and just hang out as a community. You know, that's basically what we are. So we got Rodney says, hello, guys, from PA. I'm guessing that's Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? You know that he's there?
I looked up PA while the ads were going.
Oh, okay. So Rodney,
yeah.
Okay, well,
I wanted to make sure what it was. From Pennsylvania?
That's
wild.
That's cool. Awesome. That's awesome.
I like that.
I hope you're doing well. If you're near Philadelphia, get yourself a cheesesteak. Treat yourself right. We got Cammie Bachman. Good evening, you guys. Hi, Cammie. Hope you're doing well. Hope everything at Taco Time is legit because you are. So I'm sure everything there is awesome because you're there. Matthew, got a couple things we got to talk about tonight. If you are new or visiting, obviously use the live chat. But basically what we do on this show is take the content that came out the week prior on Anthony Around Town and just dive into it and talk about it and kind of expand on some of the broader points that came up throughout those blogs or videos or podcast conversations. Because a lot of times we don't really get to expand a whole lot in those pieces of content. Otherwise, they'd be way too long. So we got to edit those down so they can be enjoyable. But this live stream, is all about just diving in and just chatting with our friends. Like our friend Rodney, who says, Yepers, Pennsylvania near Harrisburg. Okay. Well, bring us back something
Never
cool.
been there.
If you come back to Elko, bring us back some cool souvenirs. I love asking people when they go on trips to bring me back souvenirs, even though they never do. Rarely. Rarely.
I try to get souvenirs whenever I do go somewhere. I don't go somewhere often, but
Fair.
when I do, it's, even if it's like a little keychain or something that you get at like a gas stop or something.
Fair.
It's
So, Matthew, last week we
memorabilia.
put out a couple of pieces of new content.
Mm-hmm.
First one, the big one. A lot of people interacted with this one.
Yep.
Thank you all for checking out, reading it, sharing it. This was a big one. But basically, I was just scrolling through Facebook one day, saw I'm sure there's hundreds, a thread on Facebook talking about the current school situation, distance learning, all that stuff. And usually it's the parents and faculty and school board members chatting and all that's whatever. But then I saw one comment from a gal named Jocelyn Mosley, and she's actually a senior at Elko High currently, and she just posted a comment that really just struck me because she was just being very honest and very real about her experiences, and just a regular Facebook comment about what life is like for her as a student. And I just really thought, I was like, yeah, I've heard from students. I have little kids. I've talked whatever, but like a direct, like this is what's up type comment like that. I was like, I haven't really heard much from the students themselves, especially the high schoolers, about how they're dealing with all this craziness. So long story short, reached out to Jocelyn, did an interview with her, kind of had her just be real. I didn't really even ask her a whole bunch of questions. I just wanted her to speak her truth and her heart. And you guys got to check out that blog. If not, AnthonyAroundTown.com. It's one of the top ones up there right now. Before we keep going, let me just see what he says. I have land out there, and I'm planning on retiring there. Ooh,
Nice.
Big baller Rodney out there making moves. Good for you, buddy. That's fantastic. Man, I don't know where I'm going to retire, but hopefully somewhere with some land. That's for sure. Good job, Rodney. But anyways, long story short, we put up that blog. And Matthew, what I wanted to do, I never really do this, but sometimes you get the impact of something through reading it. You can there's some effectiveness. To it. But sometimes you really don't feel someone's emotion and heart and passion unless you like hear their voice, right? So like me sending you a text, you're interpreting it one way, and maybe you could feel like my energy through a text, whatever. But if I call you and I'm like, bro, bam, 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 there's obviously going to be a different type of energy that comes through that. And so I wanted to just play just a clip of Jocelyn's interview. And so basically just, I record all the interviews I do for Anthony Around Town, not for this purpose, but because usually I don't start working on them like a day or so after I actually do the interview, and sometimes it takes me multiple days to actually write the thing out, so different drafts and stuff like that. So I record just so I don't forget anything, because my hand, I'll just show you guys. I don't know if you can see, but my handwriting, Matthew can't see this for a game later, but my handwriting is trash, so I can't show up with the classic pen and paper and write down my notes, because I'll go back the next day and be like, what the heck does that even say? So I record everything. So what you're going to hear is just a snippet from Jocelyn. Audio quality is not that good because, again, that's not really the purpose of this. But I just want you to hear her heart for what's going on, and then we'll talk about it in just a second. So let me
Sounds good.
Play this really quick.
What I believe is the teachers, I know they're going through a hard time too, and the parents are going through an even harder time trying to balance work and grades and all this. But I feel like the biggest thing right now is that the community needs to understand the mental health in this. Teachers have to go sitting in front of a computer for hours and listening to parents scream at them, not getting the answers that they need from the school district. And I think the school district needs to look at the community, and not from a political point, but from a moral point. And I believe the parents need to stop and sit down for a day and be like, and talk to their kids and be like, how are you truly feeling? Like, let your kids cry, let your kids scream, like, especially like, actually not especially just certain grades, every grade. You need to sit down your child and hear them, because this is just as hard for them as it is you. You just have to spectate and understand what's going on, but we're living this, and our mental health is most viable at the moment. We're still developing, and yeah, I grew up in the generation of technology, but most of the time I want to throw my computer at the wall because I'm getting sick of it. Like, I just want everyone to understand that as a student, our mental health is more important than our grades right now, and if they can't focus on making sure that we're healthy and happy, then how are we going to get the courage to even finish school if we just sit there dreading every day? I think it's time that everyone stops fighting and focusing on the children that's being affected, because the children are going to be the ones that have to graduate and have to go to the next grade. They're all done with high school and school. We're not. They need to see this from our view, not just their view now.
All right, so Matthew, you got to hear a little bit from Jocelyn. I mean, you're not like a parent or anything, but I mean, just you. I mean, you went through school, you went through high school, you know what's going on. Just what do you think when you hear something like that?
I actually there's quite a few different points that if I had all the time in the world, I'd definitely go over in detail with. But on just kind of hearing what she was saying, a good chunk of that, I would just say that I agree with. In the first place, um, so I actually kind of it's a little bit of a joke was what I was thinking. The way that men talk to women about women problems, their mansplaining stuff. I think that we've gotten into a little bit of an era, especially with online, where parents talk to teens and teens explains them. I don't know if that's actually going to be like terminology or not from here on out. I don't know, but I think that she does bring up some very valid points that it's a lot of stuff is hectic. A lot of things are going on. There's a really big toll that kind of gets put onto teachers and parents because of how they were doing things, how things were before the coronavirus. Their routines, what they were used to, got flipped, turned upside down. And now everything's just completely different, right? And it's people, they need to take time to be able to adjust with that. And the teens do as well, that they do have a lot of stuff going on, mental health related, where, there's stress, maybe this kind of environment isn't what they learn best in, right? Where now it's harder for them to pick up and to learn and to really kind of thrive in that school setting, because now instead of being in a classroom, they're behind computers. And it's honestly it's a different kind of learning. It really is. I remember because like in my high school experience, I didn't thrive in the school setting, right? Like going everybody else's pace, which was the teacher's pace. There was tons and tons and tons of different times where I would sleep in class because I already knew what was going on. But there was tons and tons of different times where I would sleep in class because I had no idea what was going on. And so I never found this middle ground of being able to really learn and thrive in school. However, I actually graduated in St. George, Utah, with it was like 4 or 5 other people. I was in a residential facility. Um, I finished my last year of schooling in like 5 months, and got everything said and done. I actually got to take a little bit in Spanish class, a little bit in like psychology, really fun things that I liked, like really enjoyed learning. Um, and I could go on the computer or I could go read out of the book and do paperwork. It was really whatever I wanted to do that day, and that's where I thrived. But like I said, I was different than a lot of different like other kids in our classrooms. And I just bring that up just to really kind of reinforce the idea that kids do learn in their own separate way. And now instead of kids, the vast majority of kids learning in the school setting and they're already adapted, they're already, especially seniors who this is their last year of doing it, that's how they kind of know how to do things. Now they're forced to try things the other way where they're not going to be comfortable and stuff.
Interesting.
And that does bring up a lot of stress and mental health. And I think on that audio clip, I think she said that kids would benefit from parents and teachers just kind of being able to take some time, whether it's a day or something, to kind of help them through that. Take some time to kind of get together to kind of get a game plan to really kind of see what's going to be best for their kid. But on the other end of the spectrum, being adults, it's working some minors, they work the 14-hour days, 15-hour days. It's really hard. It's just something. Time isn't really a resource that we always have, and a lot of times we take it for granted, and it sucks. It really does. We try to prioritize it as best as we can, but sometimes for those parents, whether it's single parents or if it's two minors in the family, kind of thing, they're not always available to do that. And so, I mean, if you could answer how to fix all of that, then
Yeah.
applause.
I
You
think
would
you
you
would,
would deserve a Nobel
yeah,
Prize
you.
because
I think a lot of people would be buying that book. All of
yeah,
all factors. So I mean, Jocelyn said it in at least the part I played, but parents, teachers, kids,
yeah,
we're all going through crazy. We talked about this before, and it kind of
mhm,
goes without saying. Obviously, we're all in a state of unknown and chaos.
yeah,
But she's just, which I appreciate. This is why we do AATs, because everybody has a perspective
exactly.
that's going to contribute that I'm not going to see, you're not going to see, this person not going to see. So what I love is just people, you just got to speak from your perspective because that's what you have. So that's what you can contribute. So
Hmm.
for her perspective, she's not a parent. She's not on the school board. She's not a teacher. She has, she emphasizes with all those different groups. She acknowledges all that. That's fine. But for her perspective, she's a student. And this is
Hmm.
what it's like as a student, especially as a senior going through all this craziness. And
Hmm.
before, I don't think it was in that clip, but I asked her, it's like, talk about junior year and how that was like. Because junior year, last year, everything's cool. 2019,
Hmm.
way seems like a long time ago, like a post or pre-apocalyptic type
Yeah,
society.
pre-corona
Yeah,
society.
pre-corona
That's
society.
really what it
And
is.
she was like, dude, junior year, I wish that was my senior year because everything was hands-on and we were doing this and had the whole high school experience. So going from that to this, where especially as a senior, senior year, you want to do all the things. You want to go to football. You want to go to
Yeah,
prom. You want to do, I don't know if they still do senior pranks. You want to hang out with your homies. You want to, whatever. I don't mean, I've spent a little while since I've been in school, but all that cool school stuff you want to do. And now you're just at home. So like I appreciated her being honest about her perspective
hmm,
and just being like, especially for me as a parent. So this is my perspective, and I can talk about this. What really her words got to me actually as a parent was when she's like, "Parents, you just got to sit down and you just got to talk to your kids about what they're feeling in this time
hmm,
because their mental health is crazy, their emotions are crazy, they're scared, they're
hmm,
what have you." And my kids, they're not, barely in elementary school, kindergarten, your early age stuff. But they're still doing a lot of the distance learning stuff. And for them, actually, it's kind of the opposite as Jocelyn. She's ending her school career with this stuff. My kids, their story is going to be like, I started my school career through, a Chromebook and dealing with
yeah,
all that stuff. And so
that's
I never
wild.
really thought about that. But me just even at their young age sitting down with them and be like, hey, like, how are you feeling? And sometimes one of my daughters will be like, Dad, I've been tracing these W's for a minute. Can I have what she calls a hand break? And so I give her a hand break and maybe I'll massage her hand and we'll just take a break, put the screen down, and we'll just talk for a little bit. And I just try to encourage her or what have you. But just like, again, Jocelyn's words, like me just trying to be present as a parent, not just be like, you got to just get this done, get this assignment, figure it
Mm.
out, blah, 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 blah. But try to, even at that young age, enter into what she's feeling. Maybe it's tired, maybe it's confusion, maybe it's just boredom. Like keeping
Yeah,
a 5-year-old fixated at a screen is not an easy job to do for an hour. Uh, but all that different stuff. And I know as a parent that can be tough because not every parent is home with their kids because of work and stuff like that.
mm,
But I think to just do our best. That's why I always just
yeah,
say, just show up and just do our best. And even if you're not there during the day with your kid, you just show up whenever you have the ability and just be like, hey, how's it going? How are you feeling? What do you need? I think that could just go for miles.
yeah. Honestly, I think that'd be really, really helpful to the teens in just today's age. Um, some wise words too, really. Like
Mm.
if you do notice that whether yourself or your teen are getting angry I would even say like look into that because it's such of a confusing time. You know, a lot of times I know that I get frustrated. I
Mm-hmm.
get
Mm-hmm.
like really pissed off when I'm confused, when I
Yeah.
can't grasp or understand something, or I can't figure out whatever is going on around me. I know that that gets to me a lot, and you know, I 110% would believe that uh, teenagers out there are getting, you know, like we already know that teens have like that teen angst, you know, like rebellion or I hate your mom kind of thing, but um, just with confusion with all of this stuff going on, it just piles it all on top again, and so I think wise words from me would just really be, you know, be patient with your teens. Um,
And be patient with
if
yourself
they're,
too.
yeah, yeah. If you guys are getting frustrated, if you're getting angry, it's probably because you guys are getting a little bit confused, or you know, you're not fully understanding what the issue or the problem is. And like Anthony was saying, you know, there's no harm in taking a valid break and understanding that my hand hurts, you know, or my brain hurts. I've been studying for 2 hours. Like, I need a break, you know? It's perfectly fine. And so,
So yeah, I just think you, Jocelyn, for just being willing to share that
yeah.
perspective, and because I think it brought a lot of insight. I think that's why that blog, behind the scenes wise, at least numbers wise, did very, very, very well. Is because I think a lot of people have heard a lot from the other demographics, if you will, involved in this whole thing, but I haven't heard a lot from especially older students, especially in that way. So a lot of people obviously wanted to engage with that and hear that, and had a lot of good things to say about that. So thank you for that. And parents, you know, you're doing the best you can. Just keep doing that. You know, that's all we really can do. So good
Mm-hmm.
job, kids. You're doing the best you can. Keep doing that. That's all that you can do. So good job, teachers. You're doing the best that you can. Keep it up. You guys are the MVPs. Everybody
Yep.
else who's helping just to figure this thing out, thank you. We're all just doing the best that we can. And that's all that we really can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to move on to another blog we published on Friday. This was with our Small Business Friday feature of the week that's sponsored either by our good friends at B3 Glass or Duke's Diesel Repair. Last week, I actually went and hung out with some awesome people, Scotty and Jess, over at Battle Mountain Tree Trimming, and they were awesome. I really
Nice.
liked hanging out with them. Ooh. I'm not going to spoil it on camera. There's something else that we might be doing with them that I just got excited about because I get to see them again that I need to tell you about, but I don't want to give too
I'm
much
ready for
away
that.
because it's going to be pretty cool. But they're super
Right.
awesome people. We hung out. My kids, I actually brought my daughter with me to do that interview because she wanted to work with dad for the day, and she ran around. She had a good
Nice.
time. Super amazing. Go read about them and their business on the blog. Tree trim. What's cool about them is, so, you know, tree trimming, tree service business, you know, pretty basic. But when I started talking to Scotty, was I found out real quick that they have a real care, and I think Jess even used this word, like they have this real stewardship for their work, especially when it comes to the trees. So a
Yeah.
good chunk of what we talked about was the fact that they don't just show up at a job with a chainsaw and start cutting and dicing and hacking and doing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They want to do what's best by the tree, because even
That's
Scotty
really,
said,
yeah.
like,
Stewardship's a really good word for that.
he said, like, a happy tree equals a happy customer. So sometimes, though, they have to go the extra mile because a customer will just be like, cut it down. Let's just go. I just want to be done. And he'll have to have like a 20-minute conversation with them and be like, actually, the way that you're talking about doing that, it's not what's best for the tree in the long run. In the long run, it's actually it's not going to be best for you. Let me explain the science. Let me explain the breakdown of what we should do and kind of get you on board there.
Kind of wish I had a tree that he'd come and talk to me
Oh
about.
no, he's awesome, and like I said,
I like
I gotta
learning
tell you
stuff.
about something. I think you're gonna like him when we go meet him in a little bit. But super cool. So I just love that I love people who are pros at something that I know nothing about, who have a real
Right.
knowledge and passion for even just a niche like tree trimming.
Yeah.
Like I showed up, he broke down everything. I was like, I don't even know what that means, but that sounds good. I like that. That makes sense.
Right.
I just love professionals who just because I'll probably most likely never be a tree trimmer. I'll never be a beekeeper. I'll probably never be a hot air balloon pilot. But getting to hear people kind of break down what they know a lot about, it's always just a lot of fun.
It is. It's really good. So, all right.
All right, so what we're
Hit me
gonna?
with
Oh, okay. So to set up this, so last Monday, yeah, you can't see this. Last Monday we didn't have the show because I was sick, but we were gonna talk a lot about bath bombs and relaxation because the Small Business Friday feature the week prior to Battleborn Tree Trimming was a business called Pink Porcupine. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see it anyways. Pink Porcupine and Joy, who runs Pink Porcupine, specializes in just making things, vegan items that just helps you relax, helps you de-stress.
Ain't nothing wrong with relaxing.
Exhale, maybe take a bath, maybe, get some lotion, whatever. So we were going to talk about that last Monday, but obviously I was sick. So I'm going to kind of combine the last two Small Business Friday features, the trees and the Pink Porcupine, and we're going to play a little game. We're going to play a game called Trees or Bath Bomb / Candles. I don't have a catchy title for this. I'm sorry. But basic what I'm going to do is I'm going to read Matthew a name, and he has to tell me if this is the name of a tree or a popular scented item thing that's on the market that you can get off Amazon or something like that. Okay, makes sense? He asked before, I was explaining to this to him what happens if they're both, because there can be a pine tree and a pine candle. But I don't know. We'll cross that bridge if we get there.
It's true. They could be.
Okay, here we go. I don't want to. I'm just gonna pick random because I don't want you to get the pattern of how I'm doing this. Okay, let's start with Amber Waters. Amber Waters. Is Amber Waters? Is there an Amber Waters tree, or is there an Amber Waters candle / bath bomb / lotion or something like that?
I'm gonna go jump off a bridge if there is a tree called something Waters. Like, it's a tree. It's not water. Like, come on. It's got to be a scent.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you.
That's good.
I would be dumbfounded if a tree was called water.
Okay, here we go.
I could be wrong, though. I could totally be wrong. I don't know.
Okay, let's start with this next one. Breadfruit.
Breadfruits.
Tree or something scenty.
My natural inclination is to say breadfruits because you have your stuff like your banana breads and stuff.
Okay.
Like that. Yeah, I'd say scent.
Scent? There's actually a tree. There's
Really?
actually a tree called breadfruit.
I thought there might be, so
Yeah.
that's why I was like, naturally I'll just go with that, but
Okay.
I'm not dumbfounded about that one.
Okay. Banyan.
Banyan? I feel like
Sound
that
like a
one would be a
tree,
tree.
Or does it sound like something that smells good?
I feel like that one would be a tree.
Tree?
Yeah.
Correct. Banyan tree. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go with Indonesian patchouli. I don't know if I said that last word.
Indonesian patchouli.
patchouli. Patchouli.
Honest, that one sounds like it could be both. That's the Indonesian patchouli. That's a tree, right? But,
Okay.
I think it's gonna be a scent though.
You think so?
Yeah.
You got it. That's a scent.
Yeah.
Boom. Let's go with Bay Laurel.
Bay Laurel.
Bay. Yes, Bay. Bay Laurel.
Yes, Bay.
Yes, Bay.
I think that one's gonna be a tree. I think that would.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like that would be a tree that would grow specifically in like the Bay of Lori or something. It sounds like I'm wrong, but
Sounds like you're right. That is a tree.
yeah.
Okay, here we go. You're pretty good at this. Not gonna lie.
It's like a bay, like a tree that grows in the bay. I don't know.
Let me give you Nocturne Alley.
Nocturne Alley?
Nocturne. Nocturne Alley.
Is this some Harry Potter stuff?
Nocturne Alley.
I don't know. I forget what that alley is called. in Harry Potter. Nocturne Alley. There's nothing in that makes me think that it would be a tree, so I'm gonna guess a scent.
It is a scent. What's funny about that is that it's like a Harry Potter line
It
of
is?
candles. Yeah,
Really?
That's funny.
Yes!
That's hilarious.
What do you?
I don't
can
know.
you
I just
remember,
Googled it. I have no
well,
idea.
can you remember what the alley that they go to?
I had no idea. I'd never even heard of that before I did the research.
Because I remember it's diagonal alley. And then if you like mispronounce it in the slightest, then you go to like a different like place. I remember that. I remember that one.
Oh, well, good deduction. All right, Matthew, I have two more. So what I'm going to do is read them both to you, and you got to tell me which is which. They're each
Okay.
one thing, so you got to break it down that way.
All right.
The last one's not super obvious. Okay, we have black currant, and we have camphor. Camphor and black currant. Which one is which?
I mean, I feel like that one's obvious because I don't think a tree would be named black currant. That definitely sounds like a line of scent. So I'm gonna go ahead and say black currant is the scent, and camphor. Camphor. That does sound like that would be like a species of a tree or something.
You got it. You did. I think the
I
only
only
one you
missed
messed up
one.
was the breadfruit.
Yeah, breadfruits,
Wow,
and like
you know
that one I feel like is a pretty easy
Yeah,
like an easy mix up, you know. You have
I
your
mean, I'd probably
breadfruits
say the same
like
thing.
banana
I'd
bread,
probably say the same
strawberry, banana stuff. I don't know.
Here.
Your berry breads, blackberry bread, stuff like that.
Now you're
so
just making me hungry.
right,
Good
so
job.
I can totally
You're
see
getting
that
better
being,
at these
being
live
a
stream
fruit, but
games.
it's
That's
a treat.
good. If you guys played along, how well did you do? Let us know in the comments down below. But Matthew, with that, we're just going to wrap this up with you on top because that's going to get ready to do it for
Feeling
this
good.
rendition of the Anthony Around Town live stream. So thank you all to, first, thank you to all the businesses that help sponsor Anthony Around Town. So what do we got? We got let's see. Let me just start from the top. We got Bradshaw Law. We got the Sandoval Mesa team. We got Kristen Hill for District Court 1. We got Two Bows Designs with the sweet merch. We got Envy Off Road, who we're hanging out now. We got the people who sponsor those Small Business Friday features, B3 Glass and Duke's Diesel Repair. And then obviously we got your feature business that's going to be a part of our team soon. Just email anthonyaroundtown@gmail.com. So thank you to all of them. Thank you to all the people who've just been a part of our content, interviewing, being in our videos and doing the vlogs, Jocelyn and Scotty and Jess, who we did the tree feature on, and Joy Wicks from Pink Porcupine. Thank you so much to all you. Thank you to you, Rodney, who says, have a great night, guys. Thank you,
too.
Rodney.
Enjoy Pennsylvania.
Enjoy Pennsylvania. Enjoy that beautiful land that you have over there. And thank you to all you for hanging out with us on yet another Monday evening. Before we let you go, we got just some reminders. First thing is that, first, if you're watching this somewhere on Facebook and you haven't liked the Anthony Around Town Facebook page, then what are you waiting for? I think this would be a perfect time to stop. Go search Anthony Around Town here on Facebook, or just click somewhere and it'll take you to the page. Just hit like. That would be awesome. Or go to one of our other social media platforms that we're all on and doing stuff at. That's like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Go to all those places. Just search Anthony Around Town and make sure you like and subscribe. All that goodness. Podcasts. We put out a new episode of the Anthony Around Town podcast with myself and my co-host Nicole every single week. If you haven't checked that out yet, then just go to where you normally get podcasts, Apple, Google, Spotify, wherever, and just search Anthony Around Town and check out that podcast. We have a new episode coming out probably going to be Wednesday. New episode coming out this Wednesday, so make sure you don't miss that. We already gave you the email, anthonyaroundtown@gmail.com. If you want to talk about business partnership, you had to recommend somebody for like a content feature, like somebody for us to interview, be in a video with, whatever. You want to talk to Matthew about that beautiful sweater, ask him where he got it.
Dude, this is like one of my favorite sweaters.
Where'd you get it? It's nice.
I think I got it at like Marshalls or something.
Okay,
but I forget.
shout out to
But
Marshalls.
it has like zippers.
It is sweet.
Pockets.
I've been eyeballing it all night. It's pretty nice.
It's like my favorite sweater.
All right, well, he already gave the answer to that away. But if you want to say cool sweater, bro, email anthonyaroundtown@gmail.com. We have something cool coming up in a couple of weeks that I'll say watch our social media pages tomorrow on what's coming out in a couple of weeks. They actually have
Better watch it.
2 big events coming out the same week. We have an anniversary and we have an annual event that we did last year that we're going to do again. So be on the lookout for that. Tomorrow night, there'll probably be a video coming out. And if you're like, dude, Anthony, this is just too much. You're sending me here. You're sending me there. You're sending me everywhere. Just make it a little simple. Okay, here's what you do. First, just go to anthonyaroundtown.com. That's the main site. That's where everything's housed. Then what you could do if you want a little extra insurance, you go hit stay connected at the top of the page, or you just chill. A little pop-up will come up, ask you if you want to stay connected or something like that. Either way, all you need to do is put in your name and your email address, and you're going to be added to our weekly email list. And this isn't anything crazy, no ads or anything like that. But basically what this email list does is I put all the links to the content the week prior into this email every Monday. So all you have to do is open the email, see the links, read the description, click on what you want to read, listen to, or watch, and it's right there. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So you go to anthonyaroundtown.com and do that, and you should be good to go. Whew. All right. Exhale. We're good. We did it.
All right.
We did it. Another rendition of the Anthony Around Town show is done. Thank you so much for joining us yet again. Until next
you.
time.
Smell you later.
Dang it. That was good. That tied in.
I'm just going to go ahead and make like a tree and leave.
Dang it. You stole my other one. I was going to say that. Until next time. Have fun in high school, Elko.
Catch you later.
I don't know.